Hi there. Today we're looking at how to draft and cut this close-fitted asymmetric neckline bodice in the most simplest way possible. If this is something you'd love to learn, do stick around and let's do it together. First, we place our brown paper on fold. Now, we mark this to serve as our starting line. We mark our shoulder to shoulder divided by 2. We add a 1/2 inch seam allowance to it. 1.5 inch for the shoulder slope. We mark 3 inches for our neck width. We draw a line to connect these 2 points. From the shoulder, we mark our shoulder to nipple point, adding 1/2 inch to it for joining the back and front shoulders. Now, this is the shoulder to underbust and the shoulder to waist, all of which would have 1/2 inch added to them. We square these lines off. We mark our nipple to nipple divided by 2, and so we have 3.5. Replicate same on the waistline. We connect these 2 points. From the nipple point, we move upwards by 1 inch, and that is where the shoulder dart is supposed to end. Then we mark our nipple to meet that same point as well. We divide our shoulder length by 2 to get the midpoint. We draw a line connecting it to the 1 inch above the nipple point. We want 2 3/4 shoulder darts, and so 1/3/8, 1/3/8 on both sides. We connect them to the 1 inch above the nipple point. Fold this dart onto the other, making sure that it ends at the 1 inch above the nipple point. And when you do this, there's one thing you realize: the shoulder, as we had it, truncates, and so we elongate it using the actual line. That is the line that was sloping initially. We use that line, as you can see. Now we measure our shoulder to shoulder again, add a 1/2 inch seam allowance to it. I think we fell short a bit, correcting that. We open this up, then the 1 inch above the nipple point, we square that off. That is serving as our arm depth and also the chest line. And so on that line, our bust measurement divided by 4 is marked with 2 inches seam allowance. We measure the arm depth, and this is what we are getting. We divide that by 3. And this line is serving as a cross chest measurement, since this is the front pattern. Our cross chest measurement divided by 2 is marked here. Now the dart that the shoulder dart is taken off is also added. Then we add our seam allowance of 1/2 inch to it. With these 3 points, and with the help of our armhole curve, we mark our armhole. It extends this line a bit downwards. On the waistline, this is the waist minus 2 inches. Then we divide the rest by 4. We are doing 2 inches that. We add that to it. And then 2 inches seam allowance. The 2 inches we took off is to snatch the waist just a little bit. Now we connect the side seam. From here, we are marking 1 1/4 on the side and 3/4 on this side, so that we have 2 inches. We do same for the underbust portion. We connect from the waist to the underbust in a straight line on both sides, further connecting them to the apex or the nipple point. For the neck depth, we mark 4 inches. We square this off to serve as a guide. Now we mark our neck hole. We proceed to cut our piece out. We'd have to do some adjustment with the down part of our pattern, and so I'm leaving about 1/2 inch allowance beneath. We'll come back to why we left that 1/2 inch. After we're done with the front, we move on to cut our back piece. This is the zipper allowance of about 2 inches. We fold that in before we place the front pattern on it. Then I'm marking the arm depth line, and to just see where exactly I'm marking these 2 points, and so the waist and the arm depth line or the chest line, we are squaring those lines off. Then the next step would be to mark our arm depth line. We do so by measuring the arm depth for the front, and so from the arm depth all the way to the apex of our shoulder, we mark the same thing for the back pattern. And so let me compare with the front and see if it's okay. Okay, I think I went a little above what was needed, and so this is where it's supposed to be. We would stand on that very point and move upwards by our shoulder slope, which is the 1.5 inch. We square these 2 lines off. So this is the second line. Now, on the very first line, we mark our neck width of 3 inches. Then starting from the first line onto the second line, we mark our shoulder to shoulder plus our 1/2 inch seam allowance, just as we did for the front. Now, we connect these 2 points. We are marking our bust measurement divided by 4. We add 2 inches seam allowance. Divide the whole arm depth by 3. This line is serving as a cross back line. So we square that line off. Then we measure our cross back measurement divided by 2. Then we add our 1/2 inch seam allowance to it as well. Using these 3 points and with the help of our armhole curve, we mark our back armhole. Now, it's appropriate to place the front pattern on so that we get a similar shape from where the bust divided by 4 is to where the seam allowance would be, and so it's helping us to get this very shape. Right, now we move to our waistline. We take 2 inches off our waist as we said earlier, then we divide the rest by 4. That is to give us our snatch. Our back dart 1.5 inches. I'm marking this here. Then we add a 2 inches seam allowance to it. We mark our side seam. When it comes to our nipple to nipple for the front, it was 3.5. We add 1/4 of an inch to it at the back, so 3 3/4. Then replicate that on the waistline. We connect these 2 points. Now, because the dart was 1.5 inches, we mark 3/4 on both sides of this line, connecting both to this very point as you see. When it comes to the back neck depth, we mark 1 inch, and this becomes our back neck depth. It serves as a guide to get our back neck hole. Right, now we open this up because we want to eliminate the bulge of the zipper. When we fix it, we are reducing the center back at the waistline by about 1/2 inch. It also helps with snatching the waist and giving you a good fit, and so I would have to refine that very line, as you can see. But after this is done, we'll reduce the zipper allowance. We want just 1 inch, and this will be our new line starting from the half, backwards. And so that's the zipper line I'm cutting, and we'll fold that inward, and as well fold the back dart inward. We'll go ahead and cut this out. It is after cutting that we'll do the asymmetric neckline and the various adjustments needed. This is what we have after we've cut the back. Let's adjust something at the front. You see that this very dart and that dart are different. And because of that, when we measure from the underbust to the nipple point and we compare with this very side, we realize that that side is longer. When we bring that here, this is where it's supposed to get to. It is below the underbust line. It goes down a bit, right? When you measure this. So when we move from the waist to the underbust and we compare with this side, we realize that this is supposed to come down just a little bit. That's about 1/4 of an inch, right? And so when we measure from here to the apex, this is when it matches, with the center front dart. Yes, and so this line would have to move a bit downwards, right? This is very important when you do this. Now we'll go ahead and trace this to the back so that whatever image we have here, we have the same thing on the other side when we open our brown paper up, as you can see. Now from the cross chest line, we move upwards by 1 inch. When it comes to this very dart, we are opening it up by 2 inches, so 1 inch on both sides. We draw a line to connect it to the 1 inch above our nipple point. Also, we'll compare from the 1 inch above the nipple point upwards and make sure that whatever we are getting at this very side, we get the same thing when we move to this side. Yes. And so we connect that to the armhole. I think I need to, adjust this a bit, sure. Now, because the human body is not boxy, we need to refine it with our curve. And so that's what we're doing. And this is to cap the bust. Now, see where the underbust is for the side seam. And check out where the underbust would be for the center front, pattern. And so that one will move downwards below the underbust line a bit. Yes, now we're connecting this to the 1 inch. Now, when it comes to this very side, we'll divide this whole distance by 2 and reconnect from the top downwards. We'd also have to widen that a little bit, so I'm moving away by about 1/4 of an inch. And that 1/4 will be connected back to the 1 inch above the nipple point. This is a sketch, this is a design, and so I'm lifting this to meet the other line. We'd have to fold it on so that we're able to get the neckline well. Once we fold the dart off as if there's no dart there, then we'll be able to mark the neckline accurately. And so we're just flowing from that very point upwards to the shoulder. Yes. And you see that there's a little adjustment we've made here, because that's where it continues with the neckline. That's correct. When it comes to our measuring 4 inches, and would also shape this very line, so it gets to about 2 inches away from the armhole. We would as well have to refine the bust curve for this side too, and do same for the side. All right, so these shaded regions will not form part of our dress. These are the parts we would be cutting off and wouldn't form part of our dress. When it comes to the back pattern, when we open this up, we'd have to make sure that it meets wrong sides together, so that when we are done, our shoulders would meet exactly. The front and the back shoulders will meet exactly. That's how come we are measuring it. We are marking it actually. We are marking the shoulders on both sides so that we transfer it to the back. The wrong sides are meeting, so the good sides are out instead. We take the front off, it's left with the back. Now, with our free hand, we are going to connect about 1.5 inch. This is 1 inch actually. Yes, we're going to connect that. And so when you look at the shoulders, you realize that the left shoulder is smaller than that of the right shoulder. That's how the style is supposed to be. I think I should refine my neckline downwards a little bit. And so we refine it. And we'll go ahead and cut this out. Yes, and so this is it when folded on. We cut our zipper allowance to the shaded region would also not form part of our dress, but then because we are not cutting it out, it will be in there. We can go ahead and cut the various pieces off. Bear in mind all the pieces we are cutting, which were supposed to be together. If we are to join them, we would have to add seam allowances to them. That is when we transfer this to our fabric. All parts that were supposed to be together that we are cutting apart, we would have to add seam allowances before we join them to get our accurate measurement, so that our measurement doesn't fall short. I'm also making sure that the lines would meet exactly when sewing, so none of them will be higher than the other and all that. Okay, and so this shoulder would form part of the dress. We wouldn't cut them separately to join later. No, you can do that if you so wish, but I think it's better when you put them all together. And so when we arrange them, this is what we're getting, and this would be that of the side. The front is complete, and this is what we have with the front and the back on display. Thank you so much for watching. Do well to subscribe and share with us your comments. Thank you, and see you in the next one.